Hi, beloveds. It's Donnie. I'm on day 30 of my retreat, and it's been a whole lot of different things. Mostly a time of reinvigoration of my spirit, which I am so deeply grateful for. And I'm grateful for every one of you that has held me physically and emotionally in this time and encouraged me into these moments of deep inquiry. I think as part of being in community, it's our sacred responsibility to celebrate and lift up when we see each other make choices to honor the wildness and aliveness in ourselves and to tend to our hearts and our bodies and our minds. And it's just so nourishing to know that there are people in this world who want me to be well and to feel whole, and to know that I feel that way about you. And I hope that in doing whatever practice you're up to right now, yoga, magic, relationship, embodiment, care, justice work, all of these different kinds of heart work, just know that I'm so deeply grateful to lift you up in that work. I believe in what calls to you. And I believe in the capacity for your spirit to be invigorated again. And I really needed to hear that at the beginning of this month, and I heard it from you. And I'm so grateful for it. So I'm going to start us off by taking a little bit of honey from my friend Michelle, her wedding recently. And I've just been doing this all month where I take a little spoonful of honey and just let it linger on my tongue and just kind of move my tongue around in my mouth as this meditation on sweetness and thickness and feeling coated in protection and care and the magic of the earth. And honey does this for my mouth, and it reminds me of all of the things that cloak me in the most protective and beautiful ways. The candle that Tony drops off on my doorstep, and the scarf that my mother weaves for me, and the talit that Maddie brings back from this random synagogue that she found in the basement in Italy, and like all of these things that coat us, that offer us this beautiful protection and insulation and support. They don't block us from the rest of the world, but they allow us to be free inside of a beautifully defined perimeter so that we can know what space we have and embody ourselves fully inside of that space. And what a gift that is. And I think of the body like that too, right? As like really just like this beautiful and sacred bag and container that houses so much: the sparks of the soul, the sparks of the heart, the sparks of our impulses and our aliveness and our curiosity and the things that we've moved through and learned from and been deeply hurt by. And that when we get curious about all the different parts of ourselves, that we get a chance to start to, with love and reverence, traverse through all of those different corners and ride the waves of all of the different rivers that travel through our different channels that allow us to reintegrate the parts that have been hurting and wounded and scared and alone, and let them know there are other parts that are deeply resourced and ready to invite them back in, ready to collaborate in some sacred connection. What is resourced what is yearning, those are actually meant to go together, because together they actually are just balance. And what a gift it is that we always have parts that are having a hard time, and we always have parts that are actually, when we can deeply attune to them, thriving. And that we're invited in all of these practices of inner inquiry to be with the meeting point and be with the joyful play between. So I'm going to ring this sacred bell. I've been ringing it in one direction to offer counterclockwise release of energies that are holding on from the past, present, or future that are not mine or ours to hold, that are no longer serving us. Release from oppressive systems, release from pain that is not helping us, release from the tethers that bind us to things that are not ours. And then moving clockwise, inviting, awakening, opening the parts of ourselves that have been stagnant, that have been stuck, that have been lost, that have been waiting for the arrival of our attention. Inviting those parts to open, to expand, to breathe in fresh air, to allow something new to occur. Jai, may it be so. And we'll just start practice today standing in tree pose. I've been spending a lot of times with the trees this month, so find your tree, right? And see what it's like today to embody this standing shape. With, again, we're talking about this beautiful tension of the sturdiness and the freedom, right? The support of knowing where our feet ground, what is steady, what is strong, and the allowing of what can open and expand when we are steady and supported. Palms might turn to face forward, collarbones might broaden and widen. All of these body cues are really just invitational cues to the magic and the mystery that exists beneath the flesh, deep within our energetic pathways. But the body does a great job of inviting the energy body in. So in making the shape with your physical body, you might just feel into the ways that it echoes deeper and deeper through the layers of your being, the koshas, as yoga calls them. Deep breath in. And then exhale out through your mouth. When you're ready, reach your arms up and really see the sky above you, ceiling or trees or whatever it is. Allow yourself to be uplifted. On your exhale, fold forward, hinge from the hips. Hands can come down to a block or the earth. Let your head hang heavy. Release your upper body, melt through the back of your heart and your neck a bit. A little sway side to side, just to let go of rigidity. Our inner pathways are not particularly rigid. The energy that moves through us is dynamic and alive. And so when we have a rigid outer body, it doesn't necessarily help us to get more in contact with our energetic selves, right? So allowing the physical body to emulate the way that energy moves, which is sometimes a zap and sometimes a big reach or a lengthening, just allows for more congruency between inside and outside. When you're ready, halfway lift, deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Press down into your feet. That lifts you up. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, deep breath in. Step your right foot back, drop your right knee down to the earth. On your inhale, low lunge, sweep your arms up. Big breath in here. Stretch through from your pubic bone up through the crown of your head. And on your exhale, hands to the earth, left leg up and back into the sky. You could bend your knee and stack your hips if that feels good, but pull your outer right hip back. Let the outer right leg lengthen and press down strong into your arms so your heart can melt a little bit back towards your legs. Left leg up and back into the sky. Bring your knee in towards your nose. And then thread your left leg underneath your right. Seal your right foot down. Fallen triangle, lift your right arm up. Press down into your left hand. Good, y'all take a deep breath in, broaden through your chest and belly. Exhale, right hand down, left knee in towards your chest. Step your left foot forward, big breath in. Exhale, right foot comes to meet it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Chair pose on your inhale. Sit your tush back. Arms and collarbones reach wide. Cactus your arms, sit a little deeper. Inhale all the way up to standing. Reach up, arch back. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, deep breath. Step your left foot back this time. Left knee down to the earth. Press down into the earth first. Let her hold you. And then from that place, expanding up from root, out through both sides of the spine, crown of the head, fingertips. Let your jaw and shoulders soften. Tension is not required for expansion. Right? There can be a little bit of a lengthening as you pull up and out of the ground. But notice where it shifts from dynamic expansion into just gripping and trying to, heave up. There's a soft aliveness here. The energy is emanating from the earth and from inside of you. You're not having to create it. You're just riding it and enjoying it and celebrating. Hands down, right leg up and back. You could bend your knees, stack your hips. Outer left hip, scooping back a little bit. Spread your fingers wide. Let your shoulders soften. Good, right leg up and back. Bring your knee in towards your nose. Thread it underneath over to the left. Left foot seals down, left arm reaches up. And then see if you can lengthen through your side body. Send your tailbone back towards your back heel. Energy comes from the earth up through your arms. Left hand down, right knee in. Step your right foot forward. Big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, deep breath. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, inhale. Cactus your elbows. Swim your fingers around to your low back. Zip your fingers together. Inhale, open through your chest. And exhale, fold. Knees can stay as bent or stretch straight as you like. You might like to play with moving your weight a little bit, side to side, forward and back. Playful curiosity without any forcing or pushing here. No magic that I know ever happened by sheer force. There has to be some sweet combination of intention and trust. Right? Intention meaning I'm going to place my feet and hands where I want to slowly start to make space for the stretch. But then there's the deep surrender of allowing what is meant to occur, what is already happening. The invigoration of your spirit and your body to occur in its own time. Release your hands, toes out, heels in, Malasana Yogic Squat. This balancing act, right, of engaging in our own healing, offering ourselves the nourishment that we need physically, spiritually, erotically, while also never getting confused that we are the only one who is participating in our own unfurling. That we are always in deep collaboration with the elements and with the universe. And what a blessing it is to both have agency and to have help. Forward fold when you're ready. Halfway lift, deep breath. And we'll step back to high plank this time. Plant your hands. Snuggle your shoulders together on your back a little bit. Let your heart melt just slightly towards the earth. Gaze out in front of you just a little bit. Deep breath. Out through your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Deep in. Exhale, drop your knees. Bend your elbows lower all the way down to the earth. Cobra pose. Stretching from your pubic bone out through your throat. Really feel your belly stretch. Exhale, back down. Hands come wide. Tense your fingers. Shoulders plug onto your back. Separate. I like to separate my feet a little bit more. Inhale to rise up. Left shoulder dips down. Look up and over to the right. Inhale, find center. Curl your shoulder blades together. Right shoulder dips down. Look over to the left. Inhale, find center. Left shoulder dips. Breathe in, center. Right shoulder dips. Inhale, find center. Breathe. Exhale all the way down to the earth. Make a pillow with your hands. Rest your forehead. Swim your hands around, palms face the earth. Legs can stay about hip width distance. Inhale, just lengthen through your upper body. Feel your navel, throat, forehead stretch. You can press down with your feet and hands into the earth. Exhale to lower. Now we'll just lift the legs a little bit, keeping the upper body down. Feel the length, toes reaching up and back. Exhale, lower down. Again, upper body. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower to the earth. Inhale, legs. Exhale, lower to the earth. Putting it all together if you like. Lift your torso, lift your legs. Deep, full breaths. Exhale all the way down. Seat to heels. Child's pose when you're ready. Just rock your forehead side to side. You could rock your tush a little side to side too. If you like a calf stretch, you can tuck your toes here. And I use my hands to kind of press my tush back towards my toes and feel the calves stretch. Good. If you haven't already, tuck your toes under. Walk on back until you're sitting, heels right in the center of your bum cheeks. If this is uncomfy, you can untuck the toes. And we'll take eagle arms here, right arm underneath the left. Feel your tailbone descend down towards the earth as your spine spirals up with the twist of the arms, like intertwined tree trunks up towards the sky. Gently release the arms. Switch sides, left arm under, or whatever you didn't do before. Letting your shoulder blades slightly glide down and back as your forearms lift a little bit. Gentle unwind, hands out in front of you. Lift your toes up, really soft wiggle there. You might tap them to the earth a little bit. Good, and then when you're ready, hands come out in front. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips for downward facing dog. Big breath in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Stretch your right leg up and back into the sky. Feel the strength of your arms grounding down to support. Knee to nose. Step your right foot forward. High lunge. Inhale to lift up. High heel. Big breath in. Seal your back heel down. Warrior two. Let your arms open. Flip your palms. Inhale, straighten your arms, straighten your right leg. Exhale, open it out. Warrior two. Inhale, straighten. You might even lift your gaze. Exhale, soften into the lunge. One more time, deep breath in. Exhale. Flip your palms. Exalted warrior, reach up and back. Soft shoulders. Softness as much as we can, just to allow energy to move and rebalance and nourish the places that it wants to go to. We're releasing our grip a little bit and allowing the inner body to make its own choices about what is ready to be nourished. Right elbow to right knee, left arm past your left ear. You can look to the side or up towards the sky. And what we're really saying when we let go of the tight grip of getting practice right or getting the pose right or changing our body is just, I trust myself. I trust myself and I trust my collaboration with the universe. I know that the healing that I need is already happening and I'm doing all I can to make room for it. Exalted warrior, straighten your right leg. I like to walk my back foot in a little bit for triangle pose. You can decide for that. Back toes turned in ever so slightly. And just reaching long, right hand to a block or your shin, left arm up towards the sky. Maybe left arm wants to reach past your left ear. As a deepening of the exploration of your left foot grounding into the earth, the left arm might extend. Circle your left arm down by your left hip and around. Bend your right knee and launch onto your right foot for half moon. The left arm re-extends up towards the sky. We put all the pieces together. We engage our muscles in the way we need to. We soften where we can. And we trust the unfolding. When you're ready, left hand down. Tuck your left foot back behind your right. You're going to snuggle your heels together. A little halfway lift. And then walk away from the front foot, so over towards the right, if the right foot is crossed in front. Back through center, uncross your feet. Wiggle it out a little bit, halfway lift, deep breath. Exhale, fold in. You might clasp opposite elbows. Sway a little side to side. Whatever your body feels like today, it is not an apology. It's not something to repent for. It's a sacred message from within. And it's always nice when we can meet those messages with joy and delight. And if that's not the truth, then we meet them with neutrality, right? Just like the kindest ease that we can summon to say to this body, the wisdom you're offering me in this moment, which includes the limitations of what I feel I can breathe into and what I feel like I cannot, is information that I welcome. Malasana when you're ready. Maybe palms turn to face up. Maybe crow pose if it's calling to you. I welcome my own unfurling. When I come back to the sweetness of honey coating my tongue, when I encounter any thoughts or feelings or actions that are not in alignment with me orienting to the gift of my own inner messages, I come back to sweetness. I remind myself that my worth is not earned, it is deeply inherent. It is coursing through me and built into me. I couldn't remove it if I tried. Forward fold when you're ready. Halfway lift, deep breath. Step back, high plank. Feel the strength of your conviction to welcome all parts of yourself. How does that invigorate your arms, your legs, your belly, your heart space? Deep breath in here. Exhale to lower down, however you like to do that. Cobra or upward facing dog. Give your belly time to stretch and open. What a sacred space. Downward facing dog when you're ready. Full breath in. Exhale. All the way out. Left leg up and back into the sky. Bring your knee to your nose. Step your left foot forward. Take your time. Pull your left hip back. High lunge when you're ready. Soft stretch through the back heel. Left knee reaching towards the outer edge of the left foot, just gently. Really just finding whatever alignment feels like it offers you the most chance to arrive. And warrior two when you're ready. Just a gentle opening through the hips and the heart, saying I'm ready to breathe in more new air. Inhale, straighten your left leg, lift your arms. Exhale, soften into the bend and open. Inhale, straighten and lift. Exhale, soften and open. Inhale. Exhale. Warrior two, flip your palms and slowly arc up and back. We're arcing, but you can really visualize the full circle that the hands would make if you had 1,000 arms and they were reaching in every direction. And these hands are reaching in just two of these beautiful directions, but there is infinite possibility here that you can visualize or breathe into this circle encompassing where your reach is. Extended side angle. And again, just playing that edge of like finding an extension of the arm and the leg without trying to reach and grasp onto something beyond our reach, right? Like trusting the beauty of the limitation of how far our limbs go and not needing to dislocate, but actually to find a deep place here by locating the actual reach of the body and the arms and the legs and expanding into it without demanding it to be more. Lift up, straighten your left leg. You might, again, walk that back foot in a little bit and triangle pose. This is a perfect place to explore this. It's like I'm reaching to find my full stretch, but I'm not popping and dislocating. I'm finding the full stretch where I can still be in relationship with my center and my heart and my breath. This is a deep learning that I'm doing around all sacred boundaries. How I learn to give without overextending in such a way that I've dislocated my own self. What a deeply uncomfortable and absolutely necessary and sacred learning to be moving through. And I think in many ways we learn this again and again in different forms. Exalted, inhale, rise up. Step onto your left foot. Half moon. My left hand likes to come a little out to the left, just so the head and heart have a little space to lean back. Boop. If you lose your footing, perfect. You're reminded of how the earth is so steady and there with you. And you get to unfurl from there. And the truth of it is, when I land to the earth or fall on the earth, my entry into a shape from that place is so radically different, right? It's so different from when I come from this like seemingly poised and balanced place. So I do my best to offer gratitude whenever I tumble, because my entry into the next shape is actually so blessed and different. Right hand down, right ankle crosses behind the left. Make a little space through your belly and then walk over to the left. A gentle forward fold here. Good, you'll back through center, uncross your feet. Wiggle it out with your legs, wiggle it out with your torso. Halfway lift, deep breath. Step back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Full breath out here. Lift your heels, bend your knees, hop through. We're gonna lie all the way onto our backs. Slowly lying all the way back. Take a moment here just to rest on the earth. When you like, you can bend your knees and walk your feet in, hands by your sides. Spread your toes wide. Feel the length first. You don't have to lift up into the back bend to prove that you can open. You actually already have opening right here, nestled, rested on the earth without effort. And then coming from that place of rooting in your own spaciousness. What else wants to emerge? It might be that bridge or wheel does, but what a different place for it to come from. From the place of already being full. Slow, deep breaths here, resting when you like, coming back to the earth to re-remind yourself as often as you need to. Eventually we'll take our legs up to the sky and shake it out. And then take happy baby pose with a little bit of cat fuzz between the toes. Hi, buddy. Rocking side to side. We'll hug the legs back together. Bring your feet down to the earth. Setting up for figure four stretch. So hug your right knee and cross your right ankle over your left knee and just gently extend your right knee and thigh away from your shoulders. And then reach through, holding the back of the left thigh or wrapping a strap around it or a towel. We'll just gently start to draw the shape in towards you. My body likes to start to get tight in the shoulders, so just really being curious and open to how the shoulders can kiss the earth. How you can stay in relationship to rest here, even during the opening. Shift the whole package of the legs just slightly to the left. And feel how that changes it maybe. And Theo's reminding me that sometimes it can feel nice to sort of point your bottom foot, so to flex your toes and spread them and expand out, sort of like you're gas pedaling with the ball of your left foot. Thanks, buddy. Keep this shape, but release the arms, left foot comes down to the earth. You're just gonna take this whole shape over to the left, right foot comes to plant on the floor for a twist. You can cactus your arms and look over your right shoulder. And if you prefer an eagle wrap of the legs, feel free to modify. See, when you're ready to release the twist, you can almost feel the earth call your spine back. So rather than this big grip of the body to get back, what happens if you let the earth initiate the gentle, loving tug? And then you move with that to come back to the floor of the earth, uncross your foot, and windshield wiper your knees side to side. what I've learned in this decade plus of practicing yoga is not that my shapes get fancier. I mean, they've gotten so much simpler, right? But that what changes is the nuance inside of each shape. Left ankle over right when you're ready, and you can hug it through. So much to the point that sometimes it becomes very little about the outward shape and more about the tone of the outer body in whatever shape it's in. And if that tone is allowing for energy to flow freely in the deepest layers of being. And what a beautiful spiral to evolve more inward. Through all these years of practicing that we learn the art of listening and attention, which sometimes brings us to really challenging places when we listen and we hear great pain. And also what an incredible gift to be able to hear what is actually simmering, boiling, churning within. To know ourselves more fully. Not so we can dissect or even understand, but so that we can witness with awe. When you're ready, you can release, keep that shape if you like, and the left foot will take us over to the right for the twist. Cactus, your elbows look over your left shoulder. It's my deepest prayer for us all that our heart practices, this including, and so many others, that they bring us into a more honest and deep relationship with ourselves. And maybe that means some radical transformation happens, or we have these big epiphanies. I don't know. But what a profound thing to have the intention be so big and also so humble at the same time. That we're just here to make contact with what is eternal within us and around us. And that sometimes understanding or clarity comes along the way, and sometimes it does not, and that does not mean that we haven't been walking the path well, and we haven't been attuning to what is unfurling. Back through center when you're ready. Uncross your ankle. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. Supta Baddha Konasana, one hand to your belly or your womb space, one hand to your heart or your chest space. Just letting the above half and the below half of your body feel your support. You might feel a golden thread between the thumb of your bottom hand and the pinky finger of your top hand. Just the earthly and the celestial making contact, gentle contact within you. Truly isn't it just at all? That's actually a very profound thing to happen. When you're ready, extending out towards whatever Shavasana looks like for you today. It might be lying with your dog or cradling a pillow or putting a weighted blanket over you to feel cloaked and held. Giving yourself time for listening. You could slowly bend your knees in and let your knees rock and sort of take your upper body with it, side to side. If your body's calling for more rest or other movements, feel free to take your time and move in your own way through the rest of your practice. And if it feels right, you might like to rise up to a seat of some kind where you can find dignity and soft and suppleness in your spine, feeling the length through the crown of your head and through the base of your pelvis, expanding and extending you to the energies above and below without ever having to reach beyond your limits or reach beyond your reach. Deep, full breaths. Just allowing your eyes to close for a moment to listen in and integrate any messages, images, sensations that you felt, witnessed during this practice or during rest. And as our last piece together, I will pull a card for us, if I can find the deck. Here it is, that I've been working with. It's a deck of alchemy. It has been calling deeply to me as I'm playing around with the different materials, practices that create the formulas and conditions for me to be most present in my life. Feels like a kind of sacred alchemy in its own way. And the card that I pulled for us is not a card that I've gotten before. It is the card of the alchemical wedding. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I think it's Hieros Gamos, the alchemical wedding. So I will do my best to read to you about it. All hail the alchemical wedding. The laboratory morphs into a dreamlike dance floor, and your allies, your fellow alchemists, and your ancestors are here to witness the celebration. What was once lost has been found. What was once denied has come fully into the alchemist's embrace. The work is often felt as serious and studious, but the alchemical wedding is a moment of levity and lightness. When this card arrives, it is of utmost importance to mark the occasion. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Honor and acknowledge those who have helped you along the alchemical path. You have come so far. Energy radiates from the uniting of opposites and the redrawing of life's blueprint. The new form has arrived. The unknown is becoming known. You'll be back to your existential queries and tinkering ways in no time. Now the work is to revel in the miracles. The alchemical wedding is a radical act of presence and acceptance. Do something spontaneous today without rules, books, social media, or schedules. Witness the journey of a fellow alchemist. Celebrate and congratulate them. The alchemical wedding is not about you. This is the key to alchemy, representing ritual and uniting. This is such a beautiful invitation, right? Especially, I'm so glad that I started this with gratitude, because this is what this card invites us into. It's like in the midst of all of the depths, in the midst of the work, that we pause to appreciate the magic that we've created, the relationships that stay with us, that thrive from our attention, and also the ones that have stayed with us even when we haven't been able to give them attention, as we return back to ourselves and our resources and get to turn towards our people again, coming from the depths and always again returning to the depths. And what a gift it is to be on the journey together. Thank you all so much for being here. It means more than you could ever know. And I'm holding you and your journey with such reverence. And I'll see you really soon. Love you.